Bismillahirrahmanirrahim is not how this chapter starts, but there is 114 of them in the Koran, so here goes. With immunity, Surah 9. An immunity from God and His apostle to those with whom ye are in league among the polytheist Arabs. O go ye therefore at large in the land 4 months, but know that God ye shall not weaken, and that those who believe not God will put to shame, and a proclamation on the part of God and His apostle to the people on the day of the greater pilgrimage, that God is free from with the votaries of other gods, with God as is His apostle. If ye therefore turn to God, it will be better for you. But if ye turn back, then know that ye shall not weaken God. And as to those who believe not, announce thou a grievous punishment. In the afterlife. But this concerneth not those polytheists with whom thou art in league, and who shall have afterwards in no way failed you, nor aided anyone against you. Observe therefore engagement with them through the whole time, for God loveth those who fear Him. So anybody who disregards this has no regard of the next verse. And with the sacred month, and when the sacred months are past, the first month, the 7th month, the 11th month, and the 12th month, kill those who join other gods with God wherever ye shall find them, and seize them, besiege them, and lay wait for them with every kind of ambush. But if they shall convert and observe the prayer and pay the obligatory alms, then let them go their way, for God is gracious, merciful. So these are obviously not the same polytheists that haven't sent anyone against you and haven't attacked you or driven you out themselves or whatever. If any one of those who join gods with God acts an asylum of thee, grant him an asylum that he may hear the word of God, and then let him rejoice, and let him reach his place of safety. And this for that they are people devoid of knowledge. So Islam pretty much has a open immigration policy. You obey the major laws and whatever, we accept anyone. Because, they'll be exposed to Islam. Or at least if it's an actually Islamic state, they will. Just by the presence, not that we're going to drag them into the masjid and all that. No, that's not. How shall they who add gods to God be in league with God and His apostle, save those whom ye made a league at the sacred temple? So long as they are true to you, be true to them, for God loveth those who fear Him. So verse 5, idiots that ignore the verse 4 and 7 about God loving the pious. God loving the pious, and having regard for God is to leave alone those who aren't physically going after you, and that regard of God that becomes the character trait is, how can a Muslim people make a treaty with people who are going to attack the houses of worship that they themselves would go in? It's ridiculous for people to take it to that point, that they criticize us for that. Oh, since if they prevail against you, they will not regard you in either ties of blood or faith. With their mouths they will content you, but their hearts will be adverse. The greater part of them are perverse doers. Sort of a key thing to politics right now is they say things that are nice, and these politicians do horrible things, and people act like presidents and other rulers just, oh, it's not their fault. See, they're trying to fix things. It's like their actions aren't saying this. They give a speech and they make the torture or the killing or allow the rich more welfare handouts. You know, they sell the signs of God for a mean price and turn others aside from his way. Evil is that they do, and they regard not in a believer either ties of blood or faith. These are the transgressors, yet if they turn to God and observe prayer and pay them post, then are they your brethren in religion. We make clear our signs to those who understand. But if after alliance made they break their oaths and revile your religion, then do battle with the ringleaders of infidelity, for no oaths are binding with them, that they may desist. And there were poets and other people who opposed Muhammad, but they were never punished physically for their poetry. They were punished for their plots to kill Muhammad, and some of these plots were stopped before, when it was just being talked about. So don't let people convince you that this is a command to kill the blasphemers. What? For no surviving within this is. What will ye not fight against those who have broken their oaths and aimed to expel your apostle and attacked you first? Will you dread them? God is more worthy of your fear. If ye are believers, so make war on them. By your hands will God chastise them, and will put them to shame, and will give you victory over them, and will heal the bosoms of a people who believe, and will take away the wrath of their hearts. God will be turned unto whom he will, and God is knowing, wise. Think ye that ye shall be forsaken, as if God did not yet know those among you who do valiantly, and take none for their friends besides God, and his apostle, and the faithful. God is well apprised of your doings. It is not for the votaries of other gods with God, witnesses against themselves of infidelity, and visit the temples of God. These vain their works, and in the fire shall they abide forever. He only should visit the temples of God who believeth in God and the last day, and observe prayer, and payeth the legal alms, and dreadeth none but God. These haply will be among the rightly guided. So polytheists no longer, unless they lie and sneak in, whatever you to say about their inner intentions. There are people who worship Muhammad and in various factions of the Hindu faiths and Judaisms and Christianity and Buddhism and Bon, and there's various reference to Mecca under its former name of Bacca, so people still go on pilgrimage, whether they're monotheist or not, that kind of sneak their way in. The Saudis have tried to try to curtail that by more than just saying Shahada at the gate of the city or something like that. They've tried to make people sign off and have a witness, or they're not going to. Even places with masajid, they used to exclude Japan, even though Japan's had masajid for over 1,000 years. Same with China. They didn't, for some reason, they didn't believe that some countries, it was unknown to them, so they kind of didn't accept pilgrims until, of course, they set up their structure, That's the problem. There are people that are actually Muslim that are not allowed. But anyways, pay for legal alms and direct them to God. These have to be among the right guided. He only should visit the temples of God who believeth in God and the last day and deserve prayer and pay for legal alms and direct them to God. These happily will be among the rightly guided. Do ye place the giving drink to the pilgrims and the visitation of the sacred temple on the same level with him who believeth in God and the last day, and fighteth on the way of God? They shall not be held equal by God, and God guideth not the unrighteous. So neither humanitarian work or jihad of peaceability. Okay, it's struggling in the cause of God. Okay, if you're willing to struggle for God and you believe the right things, that's better than pilgrimage. That's better than humanitarian work. Okay, you shall not be held. They shall not be held equal by God. That God is unrighteous. They who have believed and fled their homes and striven with their substance and with their persons on the path of God shall be of the highest grade with God, and these are who shall be happy. Tidings of mercy from himself, and of his good pleasure doth their Lord send them, and of gardens in which lasting pleasure shall be theirs, and therein shall they abide forever. For God with him is a great reward. O believers, make not friends of your fathers.